Today I want to share my thoughts and conclusions about Total Wireless. Hey guys, I signed up for Total Wireless in January 2018 to review their prepaid wireless service. It's already April 2018, so I'm long overdue with this review. I decided to start with a summary and share my thoughts and conclusions. I'll follow up later with another article and video and talk more about the sign up and setup process and other details. All right, Total Wireless. Total Wireless is a prepaid wireless service, uses the Verizon network or towers. If you use your phone in places where the Verizon network has coverage, Total Wireless might be a good choice for you. Total Wireless is a brand that's owned by TracFone. You may have heard of TracFone before. They also own a number of other prepaid wireless brands, including Straight Talk, Net10, Simple Mobile, Family Mobile, and several other lesser known brands. For my Total Wireless review, I signed up for the $25 single individual line plan with unlimited talk and text. Now, this plan doesn't include any high-speed data, but Total Wireless does offer 5 gigabyte data add-ons for $10, and that data carries over. It does not expire for as long as you keep your phone active. I decided I wanted to try out the add-on data for my review. I think this add-on data is a great feature. At $10 for 5 gigabytes, that averages out to $2 a gigabyte. I think that's the best deal in add-on data that I've seen. Now, if you want to learn more details about the latest Total Wireless plans and features, see my latest YouTube video, and I describe them in more detail there. Now, once I picked a plan, I had to choose a phone. I decided to sign up using the Total Wireless Bring Your Own Phone or BYOP option. I signed up using my Samsung Galaxy S7 here. I later moved the SIM into my iPhone 6s so I could try out the service on both Android and iPhone. Now, if you want to sign up for BYOP or Bring Your Own Phone, you're going to need to check to make sure that your phone is compatible or eligible on TotalWireless.com. If you decided to sign up for Bring Your Own Phone, you're also going to need a couple things before you sign up. First, you're going to need a Total Wireless Bring Your Own Phone CDMA SIM kit. You can buy one of these online or at your favorite retailer. They cost about $1. And then you may want to get a plan card when you sign up. I have a $25 unlimited talk and text plan card here that I used. Now, you don't need the plan card. You can use your credit card when you sign up at TotalWireless.com and pay for your plan then, but you're going to need the SIM before you can sign up. All right, a few more details about my phones. My Samsung Galaxy S7 here. This is a Verizon phone, and it's the SMG930V model, and it currently has Android 6. Now, I know Android 6, I should update this, but I need a phone on Android 6 for some other projects I'm doing. I'll update it later. And then my iPhone 6s here. This is an A1633 model that I bought from Apple, SIM-free and unlocked. And then during the time of this review, I updated this phone from iOS 10 to iOS 11. If you don't have a phone to bring to Total Wireless, you can also buy one directly from Total Wireless. They sell a number of different iPhone and Samsung Galaxy models, as well as other value-priced Android smartphones. And sometimes you can get a pretty good deal on a phone from Total Wireless. So for example, in December of 2017, I paid $108 for an iPhone SE with a $25 plan. If you want to learn more about the latest Total Wireless deals and promotions, all right, next for the sign up. I signed up online on TotalWireless.com. You'll have a choice. I opted to get a new phone number, but you'll also have the option to transfer your current or existing phone number to Total Wireless. The sign up process was quick. I didn't have any issues. If you decide to transfer your number, you'll need some additional information from your current carrier, and the transfer could take maybe up to 48 hours, I think. All right, now for the setup. Once I signed up, I put the SIM in my Galaxy S7. The setup was simple. I needed to change the APN value in the settings, and once I did that, my phone was ready to go. Now, on the iPhone 6s, it didn't require any setup. I just put the SIM in, and then everything worked automatically. It was able to set up the APN. Now, whenever you sign up for a prepaid wireless service, I recommend that you check the basic features to make sure that everything is working. So the first one is calls. I was able to make and receive calls on both the Galaxy S7 and my iPhone 6s. I tried calling several home and mobile phone numbers. The calls were clear. I had no drop calls and no problems connecting. Next up is text messaging. I was able to send and receive text messages from both my Samsung Galaxy S7 and my iPhone 6s without issue. Now, if you have an iPhone, make sure that you try sending a text message to someone that's not using an iPhone, say an Android phone, because you want to make sure that something called SMS is working. All right, after that, I checked picture messages and group texts. I was able to send and receive MMS picture messages and group texts on both the Galaxy S7 and the iPhone 6S. When you try this out on your iPhone, make sure you try sending picture messages and group text to someone that doesn't use an iPhone. Again, this is because you want to check that something called MMS is working and not just Apple's iMessage. All right, after that, voicemail. Both the Samsung Galaxy S7 and the iPhone 6S were able to use voicemail. But on the Galaxy S7, I had visual voicemail. On the iPhone 6S, I had regular voicemail. Regular voicemail is where you have to dial in and listen to your messages. Total Wireless doesn't officially support visual voicemail. So if you sign up and it works for you, great. If it doesn't, you're going to have regular voicemail. If you talk to their customer service department, they'll tell you visual voicemail isn't supported. So I doubt you'll get any help trying to get it to work. Next up is cellular data, your internet connection. I was able to use cellular data on both phones. The data worked fine. On the Samsung Galaxy S7, I had to set up the APN beforehand. That was that one setup that I had to do I told you about. After I did that, data worked fine. iPhone 6S, no problems with the data. And I'll talk a little bit more about cellular data in a few minutes. All right, now I want to talk about advanced features. So with 4G LTE, these advanced cellular networks, there are a number of advanced features. And unfortunately, most of the ones I tried did not work with Total Wireless. The first one was Wi-Fi calling. On both the Samsung Galaxy S7 and the iPhone 6S, I was unable to use Wi-Fi calling. When I went into the settings, the options to turn on Wi-Fi calling were missing. And I know Wi-Fi calling will work on both of these phones because I put a Verizon wireless postpaid service SIM in the phone and I was able to use Wi-Fi calling. All right, next up is portable or personal hotspot. Portable and personal hotspot didn't work for either the Galaxy S7 or the iPhone 6S. I went into the settings and I tried to turn it on. I pretty much got error messages saying you need to contact your carrier to get them to enable this on your account. Total Wireless does not support hotspot. If you're a Verizon customer, you may have heard them talk about this feature called HD Voice, and it's actually a collection of features, including several of the features that I've talked about. And then they say that HD Voice also gives you clearer sounding phone calls when you're talking to other people that are using HD Voice enabled phones. As far as I could tell, I didn't hear any better sound quality on any of the calls I made. Now, on the Samsung Galaxy S7, when the phone app is active, there was a little HD displayed next to the call. I'm assuming that means HD calling, but that was there for whatever number I called, so I have no idea if HD Voice is actually working. And then on the iPhone 6S, as far as I know, Apple doesn't have any kind of indicator to tell you whether or not you're getting HD voice calls or not. And then finally, voice and data at the same time or simultaneous voice and data. On both my Samsung Galaxy S7 and my iPhone 6, I was able to use voice and data at the same time. So that's you make a phone call and then you still have an LTE data connection, and I was able to read the web using Chrome and Safari on both of these phones. All right, next apps. Total Wireless has two apps in both the Apple App Store and Google Play. There's a My Account app, which is what I have on the screen now, and then they have a Transfer Wizard. I didn't try the Transfer Wizard app. It lets you move settings and data from one phone to another. You can check that out if you're interested. I just didn't have a need for it. The My Account app is very basic. You can see how much high-speed data you used, when your service is up. You can add airtime or buy airtime, enroll in auto refill, and see your current plan, stuff like that. Now I want to talk more about the data. The data that I had on the phone worked really well. In January, I published a video. I did a speed test, and as far as I could tell, the speeds of Total Wireless's data were pretty much the same as those on Verizon wireless postpaid in my area. Maybe about a week ago, I did another comparison. Haven't published that one yet. Maybe I'll overlay a little bit of that video here. And as far as I could tell, the speeds on both networks were roughly the same. Now, in the past, any of these prepaid wireless companies that use the Verizon network had a max 5 megabit per second download speed, and that was imposed by Verizon. That doesn't exist any longer. I did not see that. I really don't see that much difference between the data speeds on Verizon Wireless postpaid and on Total Wireless. All right, now I need to tell you about something strange that happened when I signed up. I signed up for the $25 plan, and remember I said I was going to buy the 5 gigabyte data add-on? I never did because I just had data on the $25 plan. It's not supposed to have data, but it works for me. That speed test video that I did back in January, did that with this data that I was getting for free. I used data after that for quite some time and it was free. Then I even let the plan expire and renewed it later, and I still had data. And in fact, in this billing period, I've used 1.5 gigabytes of data, mostly watching YouTube videos, and it just worked fine, and I still have high speed data. Because of that, I didn't buy the add on data. I mean, it would be like if you signed up for basic cable and then you were getting HBO for free, you wouldn't call them up and say, hey, I want to add HBO to my account. You would just watch the HBO for free until it stopped working. Maybe what I'll do before this expires is to see how much data I can use, and I'll put an update in my article on smartphonematters.com, and I'll let you know what happened. In conclusion, I like and I recommend Total Wireless for anyone that wants prepaid wireless service and you're in an area where Verizon has the best coverage or it's the only network with coverage. And I think this $25 individual line plan with that 5 gigabytes of add-on data is an amazing deal. It's a lot better deal than a lot of the other prepaid options out there because you're paying a low price for your data and you get to keep it until you use it up. This is much less expensive than Verizon postpaid. I think you pay $60 for a 2 gigabyte account on Verizon postpaid, or maybe 3 gigabytes, something like that. So it's definitely a much better value. And it's still a lot better value than Verizon wireless prepaid. Those plans are less expensive than Verizon postpaid, but still more than Total Wireless. It's even a better deal than Straight Talk. If you signed up for Straight Talk's $35 or $45 plan and use their Verizon network, I think you'd be better off on Total Wireless because with the money you spend for the data, you get to keep that data. Now, unfortunately, Total Wireless doesn't have an unlimited plan. So if you need an unlimited plan, Total Wireless isn't going to be your best choice. And I didn't talk about them in detail here, but they do have shared family plans. So if you need 2, 3, or 4 lines, definitely check out the plan video because I think there are some good deals there. All right, now on the downside, if you're a Verizon postpaid customer and you're looking to switch to Total Wireless, it's missing some of the advanced features that you might rely on, like Wi-Fi calling and personal or portable hotspot. So if you need those features, then Total Wireless isn't going to be a good choice for you. All right, some of you may be wondering if I'm going to switch to Total Wireless. Well, I'm seriously considering it. Really, the only thing that's stopping me from switching right now is that I just get better coverage on the AT&T network in my area. Verizon is very popular in the Metro Boston area. A lot of people use Verizon Wireless. I don't see as good a signal in the areas that I use my phones. The data is definitely not as fast, so I think I'd prefer to stay on the AT&T network. But for the amount of money that I'm spending now on Straight Talk's $35 plan, this would be a much better deal for me. If Total Wireless used the AT&T network, I would definitely switch in a heartbeat. All right, what about you? Are you thinking of switching to Total Wireless? Hit me up in the comments below and let me know. That's going to be it for this video, and I will talk to you next time.